Greenbone Security Assistant vulnerability scan. I did a scan of this host. All I did was basically type in the host name right here, click Start Scan, and it took off, started going. It's at 98%. So as I click here, still at 98%. And I guess it's found one medium threat so far. This is a Linux machine that I'm looking at, and maybe it'll be interesting to see what happens to a Linux machine. So looks like we are done our scan. So if I click here, I can see the results of the scan. And it says there's one medium threat, surprisingly. So I'm going to click on this button, which will give me details about the threat. And then I can go read about it. And we could go visit and see what the problem is. But this one wasn't that critical, I didn't think. So we will look at a Windows one. And I think if I jump back here, this one is a Windows one. It's 90% done. So far it hasn't detected anything. It's Windows 7 actually. Oh, 3 log errors. But we'll wait for that and see what it does in just a moment. So I've been doing a few scans. This first one was my Windows 7 instance. It detected none. I'm rerunning it again. I've turned off the Windows firewall. This is Windows XP instance. It's done. It detects some high problems, threats. Take a look at that. I'm doing Helios, and then I'm rerunning my Linux machine one because I installed a few services there and was curious to see if it would pick them up. So if I jump over here to look at this one, and threats high, we can go view it. And it looks like 2 high alerts, 5 low alerts. This is my Windows XP. High vulnerabilities could allow remote code execution. High, some server, SMB server, NTLM, multiple vulnerabilities. And I don't see the low ones, but oh, not viewing the low. Let's view the low ones. So the low down here, some other low worries. So anyway, I'll come back after those others finish. Right. So it looks like Helios is done. Apparently there's 9 medium errors, couple threats, errors. Let's go take a look at what those medium and low errors might be. Medium, TCP sequence number approximation, reset denial of service vulnerability. Ooh, okay, so maybe you can guess a sequence number. And host implements something this. So sometimes the uptime can be computed. PHP myadmin error, cross-site scripting vulnerability. We're going to talk about those later on. So some check for SSL weak ciphers. PHP myadmin. Looks like several of these are PHP myadmin. And I didn't tell it to show me the low errors. If I jump back here, so it looks like this one is done. Ooh, this is my this one was my Windows 7 machine that all I did was I turned off the firewall, and now it has some high vulnerabilities. So let's see, the first one that had none. You saw that previous report there. High vulnerabilities. Oh, NTLM, multiple vulnerabilities. Especially buffer overflow via specially crafted SMB packet. Anyway, then, I mean, that's the most critical one. There's a couple other ones here. Enumerate some services and whatnot. And then let's jump back. And it looks like this one was the second one that I did on my Linux machine. Still says medium and medium. Of course, now it has 2 medium and 4 low vulnerabilities. Whereas the first time I ran it, it did not. In fact, let's just Where's the low? There they are. So let's apply that. So now TCP timestamps, we can detect the uptime. I think that's what we had the first time. Oh, Apache web server. So I did install the Apache web server. Information disclosure weakness. Oh, you can set the server flags there. A couple low ones. So I did install the FTP server. Nikto. Oh, interesting. Anyway, oh, Telnet. I did run a Telnet server. So it gave me some of those flags and some of those warnings, and that's it.